Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the GP Toys S603 buggy. Now there are several different versions of this model, so that's why the box is kind of generic looking here and it doesn't have the exact right drawing on the front. That's the one I've got there on the side. So there's a bunch of different versions. We'll go ahead and turn that back around. This is just a toy grade ground vehicle, and I'll start out by saying this thing is only $16, so keep that in mind. You get what you pay for. This is definitely, for kids. It's just a two-wheel drive, non-proportional steering. It does have proportional throttle, so you can go a little bit slower than top speed, but it's a pretty slow top speed. I mean, maybe like 10 miles an hour or something. So pretty slow, but again, it is a toy grade, definitely for kids. And even though it's, got this buggy design, it's not really much of, an off-roader. Just doesn't have, it's two-wheel drive again, doesn't have the power or speed to really deal with grass or gravel or anything. It does have independent suspension, but it's pretty stiff and, doesn't really work that well. So like on gravel, I mean, this thing is just bouncing like crazy and the wheels are barely getting any grip. So I actually did in my test drive, I drove it over the gravel that I normally drive on, and even full speed, I mean, it was just barely moving because the wheels just weren't getting enough grip because they were bouncing. But on like a smooth concrete, it's fairly decently fast for a kid and pretty controllable. It does have like headlamps here on the top there. These two headlights blink red and blue, so that's kind of cool. It actually looks like a cop car or something with the red and blue flashing lights. But again, I think kids would like that, just having those flashing lights on the top. Let's see, did I say it's a 1/16th scale, so a little bit bigger than the 1/18th scale that I normally review. So kind of, neat size and looks pretty cool with the flames going up the front there. Let's see. It has a 500, let's go ahead, a 500 milliamp hour nickel metal hydride battery that takes about 2.5 hours to charge, and you get this USB charging cable to charge it with. And then I've averaged about 11-minute runtime, so a little bit on the shorter side for a ground vehicle, but still pretty long run times. I think a kid would have quite a bit of fun driving this for 11 minutes. Let's see, anything else to say about this one? It's got pretty good range. I was actually, able to drive it like all the way across the parking lot, which I think is plenty far enough for anyone to expect to be able to drive a vehicle like this. So I was happy with the range on it. Yeah, and that looks like that covers all the details. So let's go check out that run footage. Alright, this is the run review of the GP Toys S603 buggy. It's a little 1/16th scale. It's just two-wheel drive though, and not super fast, and it has non-proportional steering, so it's just bang bang, full left, full right steering, but the throttle is proportional. And then it's got little flashing red and blue LEDs on the top there. Those are showing up on camera or not, I don't know, but kind of makes it look like a police car or something. Anyway, go ahead and give her a run. So there's full speed. So this is definitely more of a toy, more for kids. It's not super fast, and the suspension's pretty stiff and rudimentary on it, so it's not really great off-road. I'll go take it over in the gravel later just to show you, but it's more of a smooth surface runner. And it doesn't have trim on the throttle or on the controller. You've got to move the little switch underneath the car. So looks like I do need a little bit of trim, but it's not so bad that I'm going to mess with it right now. And it doesn't really have a brake. Like when you're going forward and you hit reverse, it just immediately goes into reverse, but it doesn't seem to really be a problem since it's going so slow that it doesn't grind gears or anything. And it is only two-wheel drive, so Yeah, not too great in, you know, grass and other surfaces or anything like that. It did all right there until it got to that edge. Yeah, that's full speed in the grass. Definitely more a smooth surface vehicle. Looks like I've got pretty decent range on it though. Oh, something bite my arm. See, I think for a young kid this would be a good fast speed, like, you know, for a really young kid, a little bit faster than like some of the Air Hogs vehicles, stuff like that. But definitely not fast for us older kids. Nice and smooth, easy to control though, you know, doesn't flip itself over or anything, so a kid can pretty much go all out with it and keep it under control. Try it over here on this bumpier stuff. I mean, it does have shocks on it, and the rear end is kind of all one piece, but it doesn't really work too well, so it's still pretty bouncy even though it has a suspension system. Let's try the gravel a little bit. Wow, that's full speed. I'm going full speed. It's just bouncing around so much. It's just not getting any traction to move. That's kind of funny. Oh, that's pretty funny. I mean, that's full throttle. It's just the wheels are just not grabbing enough to get it moving at all. That's, yeah. Definitely got to keep this one on a smooth surface. Bring it back over here for a little bit more, but I think, oh, loud car. I think I showed really all there is to show with it. So yeah, definitely more of a kid's toy, but it's not bad for that. I think a young kid would have quite a bit of fun with it. And it looks pretty cool. Alright, well there we go. That's the GP Toys S603 two-wheel drive 16 scale buggy. Definitely a hard surface runner. This one's not going to work too well in grass or gravel or anything, so you got to keep this one on the pavement, but not too bad if you do that, and I think young kids would enjoy it. So if you think that's the right one for you, check the video description for a price and purchase link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.